Hey there, beloved Ascension Pioneers. I'm so grateful and honored that I can do this video right now for all of us. I was just so intensely and strongly pushed and guided to talk about this, what's happening right now, because today has been an amazing day. Today's been an amazing experience. After this purging and releasing week, not just for me, for so many of us, it's like it's like something new is coming in, right? And the funny thing is, I've already been addressing this in the previous videos and talking about how some were mentioning that basically the 2012 alignment in December was actually really pinpointed now in the end of March with the equinox and also followed by an intense full moon, which just occurred. And it's like everything is fixated around this. And I would like to speak about what's happening also about to share some information that I received from another being of light that was sent to me today in honor and gratitude as well. If you guys have anything, any insights for me, just send them over, when I get something and I really resonate with or it's really refreshing. This was one of the most refreshing things I've seen lately. So I would like to share also with others, with our community, because it's really important. We have each our own gifts and blessings, and it's time to share them. I feel there has never in our lives been, the greater importance to be of service than now. That is why so many of us are called to put that beyond everything else, to put aside everything that we kind of, maybe still fixate around in our human daily lives and just put everything aside. And so many of us are hearing the call. We're just being asked to serve, to be of pure, freely sharing, heart-centeredness kind of service, and through purity, devotion, grace of our being, of our source self, of divine love. And I want to mention some things that were happening and some of the occurrences that were going on for me. And then, as I shared with others, I've seen that basically it's happening also globally. And the experiences are very intense. And like I want to say, the gateway of 2012 has now propelled us forward in this equinox energy, which has totally opened up a new year for us. And I feel this is like the first year of our ascension. And a lot of the people are still fixating around, oh my gosh, does it ever end? This purging and releasing process and going through these new energies and downloading and anchoring and integrating everything. And let me just say, it's not about that. We're not to focus around this. We're just to focus on pure service and to know that we're here for a reason, because we have lifted our hands and have come here all as volunteers to do the work of service, to walk hand in hand and heart to heart and share with one another. And it's us, we have this responsibility. And instead of seeing everything, with such fear and the stress, we can rather see it as a journey of light. And we have to basically open ourselves to the new so that our new life can be experienced as such, as light. The frequency that we're aiming for is that of the new, which is light, compassion, divine love, which is our essence. So I want to share something that I wrote as a status update, which I just recently now have said was the last thing I wrote. And I've said that we are entering into higher octaves of being. And it is something that a lot of us are also becoming aware of through our experiences during the night times, the so-called light activations and surgeries and bursts of energies, heart palpitations, energy bursts, stream of energies. And this is what a friend that has sent me this was already talking about. And I want to share the links here as well. And I just want to read quickly what I wrote. And then I want to move on to the experience and what this means for me and all of us. I continue to ponder on, and I was pondering on, all day on my last night's experience. This was yesterday, the night before I went to sleep. Right before falling asleep at night, I was struck with a powerful burst of energy that felt like a complete shock. It was so intense. My whole body was shaking, and for a moment there I thought there was a mild earthquake. Literally, guys, I checked the email in the morning looking for an earthquake in our area, and there wasn't any. And it was like, what is this then, I kept hearing the words, as I was experiencing this shaking of the whole bed. Just breathe. And many others have been reporting what they've heard. It's like, just wait or be calm and something like that. This is how I slowly calmed myself down. the more I try to feel through this energy, the more I feel it has to do with ascension and new Christ light entering our bodies. As you know, it's also Easter, which represents this Christ light and the resurrection, which is the remembrance and the integration of our beloved I am presence. Many of us have been getting the heart chakra message this week, and I've seen like probably more than 3 readings online on YouTube, and all of them were saying the same thing. Heart chakra, heart activation. I've even been Skyping with a friend today. Again, we get the same message. So at the beginning of the week, we were getting the message energy, work, everything surrounding like that. And there were these light activations occurring. And now it's heart chakra openings. And a lot of the people have these, they call them heart palpitations. What felt for me tonight was even beyond that. You know, it felt like even more intense, like you're being rewired, or, and you know, it felt like fear at the moment, because you do feel fear because you get scared of the intensity, and then you think it's something connected with the fear, which was what I thought at first. But then, you know, something kept nagging me, and when this is happening, it means that, you know, awareness didn't yet come, because when you do come into awareness, you feel peace and you know you're in clarity. So I didn't yet have that clarity, so I went for a walk in the rain and was purifying, and I felt great, so amazing. And then the answer came. I said it has to do something with the new energies. And then I was really guided to put it on Facebook to see if others had anything to share as well. So I guess divine guidance has provided me again with more material in this, with people who have insight on the new grids and things like that. As I've said, we all cover our own area of expertise, because as volunteers, we all cover our work of service and the way that we most like to, that is more most blissful for us. So many of us have been getting the heart chakra message, like I've said, and I feel that our hearts, and they are fully opening. And the Sister of Light has been writing about this week as well. She felt it like this serpent energy, like Kundalini. She was shown the Kundalini of the earth as the whole universe was expanding. Like she was shown the whole galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy. And it's like basically so many of us are writing about the same message, just in a unique way and form, how we receive information through our presence. So if you also had any of the similar experiences like this, I'm asking all of you to share on the Ascension Pioneers Facebook page, or on my email, and you can share with others. So we are entering deeper and deeper into higher octaves, dimensions. There was also talk about the infusion of new light, which basically acts as we all know about the new grid, right? It's the diamond grid, and they're doing many tests about it. And you can see more about this on the links that I'm providing here in the channel. The material here, like I said, it's very refreshing. I highly recommend you to see it, to take that into heart. It's very blissful information, and you can get more insights as to what's really happening, and you can apply it in your life. And when you do reach that state of clarity, you know that the truth is coming apparent and revealed, and then you'll feel peace, you know, and blessings. So it is becoming very apparent right now from within, and things are happening in our direct reality as well. There are many energy alignments, light activations taking place now, like I've said, and we're all undergoing them. You know, sometimes it's like people say, I don't feel the ascension energies, but they're, you know, they're constantly tuning into that. They're constantly, you know, checking out for light messages, for people who share this. So if you are being attracted to that, you are in this path. It's just, I said this to a friend today, you know, you don't have to always feel the ascension energy to be plugged in. You know, you're plugged in. Just trust the process, trust your own timeline. Because what is important here is we can say, okay, this equinox serves as this portal to really anchor us into this. Even Magenta Pixie has been talking about this, the new, like, first birth. You know, it's like I've been talking about a cosmic rebirth. You can check it out below. It's my article I wrote today. It's like this galactic rebirth, cosmic rebirth, so to say. And it's happening very deeply. Our cells, our whole organism is changing, is shifting, you know, in our codes and how we basically are as human beings. The thing is, I've been talking about this so many times. I want to address it here as well. As much as it is important to understand these, you know, gateways like the 2012 and now this equinox and points and pivotal timeframes around it, it is also really, you know, important to understand that you are also running on your own timeline. Don't forget that. So it's always where you are on your journey. You need to respect this, and that is why I wrote this. If you're asking yourself about these events and symptoms that are happening to you, don't forget to take your journey lightly, you know, step by step, and don't take it as a job, duty, or obligation, because it's nothing as such. You are the one who is making the conscious soul choice, and it's all happening by you, for you. A lot of the people say, I can't handle what's happening to me. The things happening to us. And even if it feels that way, it's just really, it's a blessing from the divine. It's a gift from the divine. Read my article in Conscious Cosmos. Cosmic rebirth, God. It's really late. It's like almost midnight here when I'm recording this. But I was really excited after reading and being of service all day, talking to people and posting and writing and just receiving new information. I was highly guided to still make the video today before April Fool's Day, so you guys wouldn't think that I'm making this whole thing up. Anyway, really embrace this, enjoy this, take it, take it into every breath that you make. Feel with your whole being. I always say the saying, feel with the heart of your soul and the light of your being. Because the thing is, it really is this amazing thing happening on our planet right now. And if you want to gain more insights into grids, I don't want to make this video too long right now, because this is a whole new subject that maybe I can one day make a video about. And I usually like to speak about things that are more mechanical, like it's explained in the video from our Sister of Light, shared link. I like to do more through automatic writing. So this week I will devote to writing more, to getting new insights as well. So stay tuned if you're interested in these things. But like I've said, we each receive what we need to receive, because each of us is like this transmitter of energy and information that is appropriate, because if we would be all, downloading the same things and just speaking, in the same way, it just wouldn't be serving anything. So there's great variation of creation here in the planet. So many of us offering assistance in our unique form, because we're shifting in a multidimensional sense, meaning we have to address all the layers, all the levels, and all that we share right now is appropriate because it's all serving as a whole. It's all shifting as a whole. So it's like something that really, it feels to me like this great blessing, because the energy that I felt tonight, I know people speak about heart palpitations, and I know how that feels when your heart sometimes skips a beat, but this was just like, like an earthquake. And then I talked to a friend on Facebook, a really sweet friend of mine, and he said that he experienced the same thing the same night, and it was like he felt the Christ light overflowing him. And I was just all day was writing about self-love, and this source connection, the most basic thing people are forgetting, and that source is calling us back home. And that is why so many things of the old are ending, past relationships and old jobs and things, structures, old beliefs, all that you have accumulated, all these codependencies and everything needs to go. I'm sharing this article below as well, because I think these two are like most important thing we need to know right now, and it's about self-love. So do check out for that link down below as well in the information box. But it's really important to see this as a gift. That is my main message today. It's to see this as a gift, because so many people, before you have awareness about it, you're not peaceful. You're not at peace. You keep asking, what is this? What is this? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I don't understand. I don't understand. You keep feeding this that you don't understand. But, reach out. There's so much help. There's so much people out there who have knowing about this. You do as well. You have the same wisdom within you. And that's why if I resonate with something very highly and I find it very uplifting and true, in the deepest essence from the soul, I will share it, because I like to expand our community. It's globalized, it's not just about me, what I do in Ascension Pioneers and all of you sharing within it. It's about all of us who are doing the real thing, really following your guidance and putting things out there so people can know what is happening, so they can find that peace of mind, and so they can find the proper tools. Although, all these tools cannot be accessed and addressed if they're not flowing from your inner, from your feeling side of life. So what is happening was beautifully explained also by the same Sister of Light, whose video I just shared here with the link. I'll try to find this now as I browse through my Facebook, because it's just something that she wrote to share about this that I find is really, really what is going on now. So I'm just going to do my blah, blah, yada, yada. I'm sorry I didn't prepare. I just have to find it because I've shared so many things today. So how are you guys doing as I'm going about to find this comment, because I highly want to read what she wrote. Okay, there it is. She was really guided, and this was funny because this was her first post for me. And I just want to magnify this a bit because I don't really see well without my glasses. Oh yeah, big news. I wear glasses sometimes when I read. She said that what is happening with those who are allowing their heart channels and empathy conduits to open more with the recent equinox, moon, and unity consciousness great alignments. This is what is happening, when I shared about the bursts of energy. I have been told by my guides that a whole new frequency is in the air that represents the energies of the One on levels we have yet to define. You can find out what the One, what she's addressing to, means through her video, which I shared. As I understand it, we are beginning to balance the flow of energy between the telepathy channel here and the heart channel here. So there are bursts of energy coming through the crown chakra now. This is also helping to awaken the neurons in our brain area as well. So the heart and brain are still going to need to work together. I actually posted a video, which I shared. So when I shared Just Breathe, she said it sounds very much on the point because she felt the same and she got the same similar guidance. I think she wrote something about the she wrote another comment. Let's see what this one is about. I had so much reading and writing today that it's impossible to remember every single thing, although my divine intellect is very developed. I can really memorize things. So yeah, it is important to balance these areas. Ask your higher self guides, emotional side for the current central nervous system downloads via Akasha, and this will help to ease your mind a bit with the physical reactions to the energy surges. As I'm told, the CNS, which is, like I said, this central nervous system, is undergoing many changes, massive changes, with these new frequencies. Think supporting crystalline systems. And we are implementing healing, purifying, and restoring on a cellular and physical level to go with the new flow. Well, this is basically a more maybe refined, verbalized approach to what I kept addressing in my videos, talking about how this change goes to our DNA, to our cellular level, and it has to happen with the alignment of the embodiment, which is our planet. And our planet, when we shift this dimensional perception and our body template, the planet doesn't just go away because it is our embodiment where we're at. It's like it shifts in a new form that so many of us cannot even understand yet. And a lot of us feel like there's this huge change coming up. And people call it ascension, but like I say, it's not an event, but it is this journey that sometimes has things happening, unfolding. Like I was shown through a spirit, it can happen like this, like zap. Maybe one day you felt like you're in a rut, and another day you're like, oh my God, I've released so fast, I've cleared, I feel this huge compassion, devotion to service. I feel immense expansion, and I just feel divine love. I have no more these codependent thoughts, and it's like I said, on a whole huge level, we're releasing and unburdening these things that maybe before seemed like, unable to release, so to say. So it's really important to become aware of what is happening. And maybe sometimes when you're going through something and you don't know what something means, and you're still searching for the answer, know that clarity has not yet come, because when clarity comes, you just know. Like today when I get this insight in nature, I'm like, I totally know what this is about. And all I needed to do was go out. So it is important to connect to nature, to be present and fully grounded in Gaia. And Gaia is the name of the higher seventh dimensional energy matrix of our beloved planet Earth that we call here in the third dimension, which basically now even he's in the third dimension anymore. So these shifts so many of us are feeling are beyond our scope of human rational understanding. So we will need to find ways to feel through them. A lot of the people still ask, more kind of mental questions. How do you know the shift is? What is the shift? Things like that, which is basic mental questions. When you start awakening, you keep asking questions like this. You start doubting, your ego asks these questions, and it's really a funny thing, but it's a part of the process. So do ask, do comment on my Facebook page, reach out like always. These are important times. And like I've said, never before, although I was always on the path of service, but never before I was really so devoted to just truly putting everything else aside. I used to love to go to the mountains. I used to love to some physical things. And Now it's like the physical and the spirit, they're merging so deeply that nothing, today I was talking about this with my mom on the walk, and I said, it really doesn't matter to me anymore, because even the mountain isn't my source of that connection. It was just when I went there, I was, downloading, I was just being in that receiving mode of spirit. But then now, we're able to do that everywhere, just with that intent. Just, you just think divine love and poof, bam, the expansion is instant. And every time you go through a certain pattern and you consciously, with awareness, you release it, it's like, again, bam, expansion, So we keep having these bursts of expansion. And remember, this process is as it should be. It's being guided by grace of the divine. It's a gift. It's a gift of source. It's a gift of us. So like I said, it's calling us back home to ourselves, for ourselves, and to be in the divine service. And, to be of divine service doesn't mean you have to talk about spiritual things, like, for instance, I do and many others. You will know your own purpose. You will feel the devotion. When it's time, you will know. But you first have to open yourself, to that pure soul essence, to the core, and connect with that grid. And the most awesome part that I loved listening to in that audio blog that I was downloading on the page that I shared was, I think it was the saying went something like, well, we think now that we're like connecting, we're rebuilding that grid. So establishing the source connection for once and for all, repairing that. And the fourth round, the astral, everything is being healed and cleared. So now we are more easily accessing that, which is something I've felt myself as well. And the funny thing is, it was said like, we then think that we are always supposed to live and be in clarity. And I love that quote, because it's not always there, right? Because of this process we're undergoing. But when you tune into and sit with yourself in your I am presence, just know clarity is there. When you have that inner will, it's also very important to practice your will and your sacred space. And this is what we're asked for now. So this is in our next stage. This is our next step. I'm happy to be able to guide you in that direction, to be of service in this way. So like I said, if you want to reach out, do reach out, and don't just be standing there like some people say, oh, first I was just an observer, I didn't want to say anything. If you feel guided, say anything. So guys, until next time, enjoy the process. Really, when you're really devoted to something and it's something you signed up for, and you just see it as something precious and unique, like you're unraveling this jewel, it will be so easy for you, because you'll be loving your inner processes. You'll be making notes. You'll be feeling yourself. You'll be talking to other people about it. That's all you are going to be able to talk about. It's just, you won't talk about any other stuff anymore. It won't be in your interest anymore. And it's just all you're going to be devoted to. And this is service to yourself and to the world. So anyway, until next time, I hope you like the new intro. I made it shorter because I didn't want to make it too long. So I made it shorter. I always update things. I go with new alignments. I go with the new frequency and my inner guidance. So take care. I love you all so much. And I know you love me as well, because I keep receiving so many beautiful letters and notes. And thank you. So much gratitude. It is all one love anyway. So take care. Bye.